As we go into the champion select, we can see that the Zyra ban. It's actually very smart. Ramad's been playing Zyra all this whole tournament, and has been doing really well. Those snares, Zyra's just overall a great support champion. She's an okay mid. If you know her kit, you can pretty much dodge a lot of the damage that she's putting out, which which can put her behind. But with the advantage of the bushes in bot lane, you can do a lot more poke from the shadows. Not able to dodge that so easily, especially when you've got a 80 when you have that duo dynamic where your 80 carry is trying to run in and get those last hits. You can usually predict where they're going to be, whereas when it's AP versus AP, you know a lot of times they can use spells to get it or bait that out. Whereas the duo dynamic makes it a little bit tougher, I think.
Aside from that Zyra ban, everything else pretty standard. Shin, Blitzcrank, Kha'Zix, Amumu. And
Yep.
there we go again with the first pick Malphite.
Yeah, it's been a theme so far.
I think that's been every game so far this tournament has been first pick Malphite. For the blue team as well. Not sure if that's 100% accurate. But, and then again, Nunu, very heavily played. I think he's been in every game.
Yep. Yeah, Nunu is a great support. That Blood Boil is priceless. Able to turn any AD carry, especially ones without any sort of steroid, into a real machine early on. You can have the Blood Boil on 100% of the time. Makes Nunu a little bit scarier too. If he's able to run up and get some auto attacks in, you know that next snowball is coming. It's going to be free. He can pretty much keep the Blood Boil up with his passive regen. And
and Team BannersBabes here stealing that Nocturne away from Team Motion Gaming.
yeah,
We see a Tarek pick for support.
and maybe setting up for a kill lane bot. Just ignore the Blood Boil. Blood Boil is not that strong if you're dead. So
Yeah,
if they're
that's
if they're able to lock down the AD up, and it looks like they might let the Nocturne through, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go ahead and pick him up immediately here.
No, they
Yep.
opt to go with
Yeah, they are.
Ezreal instead.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, I forgot I'm a few seconds ahead of you. And yeah, so they're gonna go ahead and steal that Nocturne back. I'm a little surprised they showed the Nocturne and then didn't pick him up. Tarek can go with a lot of different 80 carries, and they know they're not going to take Ez, so why show that you're interested in Nocturne and then switch to Ezreal? The 80 carry wasn't contested at that point. I feel like that may be a bit of a mistake, especially if
All
they
planned. All planned. Psychological warfare has already begun.
think so. You think they
They
wanted
didn't want the Nocturne. They picked it to unpick it just to
just
show
so
that
to
they-
guarantee that
that they're
Motion
gonna
Gaming
play it
take
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motion Gaming again on the purple team. I know famously. Oh, I shouldn't say famously, as I can't remember the player's name now. There is a pro team that they lost. They lost in the early rounds, and they said that the reason that they lost was that they didn't have a purple team strat. All their strats that they practiced were blue team, and that was the reason that they lost. And they got forced into purple team right off the bat. It was like a terrible excuse. I'm gonna check the chat and see if anyone can remind me exactly who said that. But it was like the worst excuse you could possibly have for not winning was that, oh, sorry, we don't have a purple team strat. But in that same vein, Motion Gaming has been purple team this whole tournament, and it's been working out for him. Unfortunately, no one is answering me. CLG, thank you, Psycho Crazy, Psycho Alcohol Crazy Psycho. Thank you, Psycho. You're right. It was Counter Logic Gaming.
Glad I called that guy.
Yeah, it was a very funny interview. I remember just shaking my head when I heard that. So even pro players rage and make up excuses. So all you kids at home, yeah, World Championship CLG, we didn't have a purple team strat, purple side. Like, okay,
So you're saying you only have strats for about half the time?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Psycho L Crazy. It's EL. if you wanted to go for the. Anyway. All right. Well, round three. Both these teams here. We're 2-0. Are we still round three or are we round four? Sorry.
I believe this is round 3.
This is round three. So we got two. Yeah. Two and O teams here. Going head to head, determine who deserves to go to our to our finals. As these are the semifinals here, down to 4 teams.
Got that global ult team for motion gaming again, Nocturne, and then Damn Tanker on Karthus, as we've seen all tournament.
Yeah, and it's really worked out. The first game, he didn't have an opportunity to put in that much work because all the kills were already gone by the time he would ult. But the game after that versus, oh wow, the Manglemoy bait, he put in a lot of work. His ult was doing tons of damage. Even if he wasn't picking up the kills, he was chunking the enemy team and putting them in a position that his team could clean up. And it looks like we're going to see a Lux this game, which is very exciting. I always love to see those lasers. I'm expecting to see a lot of wards in the enemy jungle. As the Lux, you can pick up a jungler or someone trying to escape and feels like they're safe porting in the blue buff bush or the red buff bush or by wraiths. You think you're safe, and that Lux laser has a lot of range, a ton of damage, and not that much of a warning that it's coming.
And a low cooldown. She'll use that, and then 40 seconds later, there it comes again,
Yeah.
and when you least expect it.
Yeah, you getting laser beam, bro. And yeah, so I'm hoping that she's able to put in some work there.
I think it's interesting to point out the Lux has 15 ranked games Season 3 with Lux played.
Yeah,
Damn Tanker with Karthus, while being one of the lowest elo members of his team, has got 255 Karthus games under his belt and ranked.
in season 3.
In Season 3 with almost a 2-to-1 ratio going on with Karthus, so that's impressive.
Wow, that is a ton of games played.
255 games with Karthus, 167 to 88. So
Wow.
win-to-loss ratio there. That's impressive.
Yeah,
Well done, Tanker.
Yeah, it's something that you want to be thinking about as you go into this game. So Lux is going to have her hands full. Looks like we're going to see that Malphite again, and he put in so much work last game. Really punished that Vladimir. Wasn't able to do anything, and was a real force to be reckoned with, an unstoppable force to be reckoned with
Oh, I see what you did
in
there.
those team fights. Pretty much killed anyone that he ulted. Wasn't even really going for the crowd control so much as just the pure assassination potential of the AP Malphite.
Now, Asian Sneaky Fellow for Team Babs, their Malphite is 5-8 Season 3.
Ooh.
So, not the strongest Malphite out there. Looks
Yeah.
more like a Lee Sin jungler player. But we'll see how he does.
Yeah. It's just it's going to be tough versus that York. He's going to be taking a lot of poke. His armor isn't going to be up. I'm assuming that that the York will be top. We'll know here in about 15 seconds as we switch into the load screen and can check out those summoner spells.
Yeah, we did see solo lane Malphite from BannersBabes last game. I wouldn't be surprised to see Vi in lane as well, but she probably will be jungler. Mix between jungler and jungler.
All right, looks like we're going in. You should be able to go ahead and jump into that spectator mode.
Joining.
And it looks
See
like
the
we're actually going to see Vi in the jungle.
Okay,
With,
as was to be expected.
Yeah, versus the Nocturne. We'll see the very standard Tarek Ezreal bot lane, one of the most played and highest win rate combinations.
Double
Ezreal.
teleport here from Team Motion Gaming.
Yeah, and that's scary. There's a lot of gank potential there with the Nocturne ult as well. That bot lane, I think, is going to be a war zone. And any gank attempt can quickly be turned around. And Karthus doesn't even actually have to teleport to still influence the lanes. So he has potential to affect not only all lanes, but also show up and really dominate a lane. So Karthus is you're gonna have to keep. They're gonna have to keep an eye on him, and Lux isn't. Lux also has teleport, so that'll help her keep up with him, but not to the same degree that Karthus is gonna be able to affect the whole map. Anything else surprising here? Flash, no flash on York. Ghost teleport, so he potentially could get caught. But with the way the rest of the team is, I think he's just going to be able to bruise his way out of any situation. I don't know that I used those words correctly, but at this point, who do you think has the advantage? I think the double teleport might prove to be unstoppable this game.
I've just been sitting here kind of contemplating, yeah, which team I would put my money on, and I really haven't a clue. I think early game, York might be in trouble. Like you said, might be susceptible to some early ganks because he doesn't have that flash. But after level 8, 9, he's going to turn into a beast.
Yeah,
Slowly but surely.
yeah, but we've seen this Malphite, and Malphite can do an insane amount of damage in a very short amount of time. He's very bursty, and then even with that, his burst comes with a slow. So as you run away, his cooldowns are coming back, and he can finish it up. So, all right, looks like we're finally getting to the game here, and we'll be able to see exactly how this plays out. And unfortunately, a pause almost immediately.
Could it be another problem with misfortune?
Oh boy, it looks like this time Nunu spilled water on his keyboard. They're claiming Derp was responsible, and that they're just determined to find a way to pause every game this tournament. But it's been working out for them. I can't really bash their strategy. As
You pause at the start of the game, throw the enemy team off, get them frustrated.
maybe they'll misclick when the game goes live and accidentally buy one too many pink wards. I don't. Not really sure how they're gonna follow this up. Misfortune again with the total biscuit of rejuvenation. Looks like apparently someone's listening to the stream, as they now know that Lux has 15 games played as Lux.
Oh,
York,
that Asian sneaky fellow.
York has 0 game played as York, so I'm just kind of reiterating the chat here. You guys can't see it at home, but just trying to clue you guys into the inner workings of these competitive teams here. 250 games as Karthus has been noted, and Lux is feeling a little scared now.
Let the mind games commence.
Karthus OP.
Why you no diamond, man?
Yeah, they're making fun of Karthus now with his a billion games and no diamond. All right. Well, hopefully he's able to dry out that keyboard pretty quick. Already 2 minutes here into the pause again. 10 minutes is the hard limit for the pause, and then we will be resuming. So, hopefully not a whole lot to talk about here at this point. Again, that double teleport I think is really going to come into play. We'll probably see an early gank. I would guess around 4 or 5, where Karthus has, a couple points in the Q, into the lay waste, and then the wall of pain right around 4 or 5, and able to maybe get in a really hard gank. It's going to be a little tough with the Nocturne not having his ult, but with a good snowball, you could potentially get some debilitating slows onto Ezreal or Taric and pick up that first blood.
They're definitely thinking about that teleport factor even more. Trying to think who could push a lane better versus York and Malphite here. I want to say early game, I'd give it to York for the pushing power to allow him to push that lane and then teleport out. Later on, once the Malphite maybe picks up a Sunfire cape, kind of reverse the flow of the lane there. He'll be able to outpush the York.
Yeah. I think Malphite's going to have to play real careful early on because he's going to take a lot of poke from those ghouls. And once his shield's down, he doesn't want to be taking any more poke. So he's going to have to play real careful and decide when he wants to commit and when he wants to kind of just stay back and get experience. He's going to try to farm. I don't know that he can kill the Yorick is the issue. It may just come down to the ganks from the Vi. Able to...
Yeah, it's potential. It could just turn into a farm lane.
Yeah. Yep. I'm curious. I've actually
seen ready
seen.
now.
Oh, okay, good. I've actually seen a York ult the Karthus, and the Karthus decided to ult during the York ult because he didn't realize that he had respawned, and then the York ult died right as it was about to finish.
So
it's
just
like this.
The cast timer and it doesn't go off.
Yeah, it's just like this terrible timing of, it's just like a chain reaction of fail.
All right, here we go. This game is underway.
Great. It looks like everybody's finally bought all their items. Nothing too crazy. Both Misfortune and Ezreal opting for the longsword. Gonna rush that Vampiric Scepter right away.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Sure. Great.
Again, I still find it so peculiar that Misfortune has 9 points in utility to get that biscuit.
Yeah, and I've actually seen it before. Apparently, that getting the points in for the pickpocket is a decision that you can make as an AD carry. I haven't messed with it at all. I do play AD carry quite a bit to varying degrees of success, and it seems like that. I do often rush Average Blade. I love Static Shiv on AD carries, and I wonder that if those two might really stack well together.
Team Babs looks like they're making a play on their blue here, camping in that bot bush.
Yeah, and they're in position to make a play. I think we may see an invade like we've seen in some of the previous games, right at that, was it like 135 mark? Yep. Rotating over. York's actually going to spot it perfectly. Will we see a flash to get the stun? No, he's just going to walk away. The snare actually lands. No vision. Ez manages to land the Q. Ward over the wall. Not going to contest it. Nunu Misfortune actually going top. Going to try to push Malphite out. As Ezreal Tarek's going to have to defend against that York. And York should be able to farm without too much trouble. Unless they decide to be super aggressive bot and try to zone him out. Those ghouls are going to be doing damage regardless.
I don't know if I agree with this. That really prevents the York from using his teleport early mid game because his lane's going to constantly be pushed in.
But what exactly is the Malphite going to be able to do against Misfortune Nunu? There's going to be constant damage, and his shield is never going to have a chance to come back up. He's going to have to farm with his Q under the tower, and as long as they don't take any free tower hits here, look, it's already getting chunked down. I think
they're going for that tower as fast as possible.
Wow, and Malphite's already at half health. This is really dangerous for them. As long as York can just sustain and not die bot lane, I think that Motion Gaming is going to have a huge advantage here. And already you see he is maintained a lot better than this Malphite, who's forced to chug his potions already. Looks like Ignite already going down, and Malphite forced out of lane.
Yeah, Vi's going to finish that blue buff, probably try and come top, but they have a ward in the river.
And they just have, I love the York versus Ezreal as well. He's not going to be able to land any Qs unless York messes up. Those ghosts are always going to be in the way. The Tarek stun is really just not that scary unless he overextends. But the way the lane is pushing, he's going to be happy to just free farm right there. Misfortune, or Malphite actually regenning quite a bit. And Vi finally having to come top, and that's going to prevent her from ganking any other lane. Malphite's so low. Wow, that's a great top lane, and I think Yorick's fine with just farming under the tower here, as he's already up. Yeah, York's actually up 3 CS on the Malphite and doesn't have to back yet.
Yeah, that's just the difference right there. Is that York has more ranged farming capabilities, and the York
he has,
doesn't.
he has range sustain as well, which is huge. And he can do most of his abilities without being in the Taric stun. It's a bit of a misstep there, taking damage, and he's going to have to play a little bit more passive now. He really was counting on the advantage. It looks like they're going to go ahead and go for it. The exhaust, the
Coming
ignite.
in on Karthus.
Yeah. Oh, just barely able to escape there. And now the summoners are down bot. Meanwhile,
Karthus forced to use his flash mid as well.
yeah, Malphite going all in on that MF, and that's a huge mistake. Oh,
Well done, Malphite.
Yeah,
Managed
able to
to
pick
pick
up
up
the-
first blood.
yeah, that was great. Thanks everybody for tuning in to Infinity Brawl Qualifier number 7. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, all /InfinityBrawl. Really appreciate all the viewers tonight. Go here into the semifinals of the 7th week qualifiers of Infinity Brawl. Already a ward down on Dragon. I actually think that's a little bit early. Rather see that ward. Yeah, it covers the ramp there, but with the way, well, no, I take that back. It's perfectly fine. It's just that the Nocturne's not necessarily going to want to be ganking the bot anyway, because York doesn't have that much kill potential early on. Even with the lane that pushed, Nocturne could easily come up from behind them if he wanted to gank, through their try. So just sort of maybe not necessarily ideal, as Nocturne's not really going to want to gank into the Taric Ezreal lane. And there's that top tower down already, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a swap here with a huge advantage on Misfortune and Nunu.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they do now. 6 minutes into the game, they got the tower down. Now
Yep.
what? I mean,
I think now they're going to switch to bot lane, and they're going to put a lot of pressure on Dragon. They're going to have, let's see, actually Ezreal up on CS, but overall gold is actually ahead for Misfortune because of the assist and the tower kill. We see a lot of pinging going down in top lane. As yep, we're going to see Misfortune, and Misfortune a little bit of a misstep there. Gets stunned by the Taric, able to take a ton of damage from that Ezreal. And she's going to have to play real careful for the next few minutes as she waits for those potions to slowly regenerate. Nunu blocking the Mystic shot there. And a ton of pings going down top. Looks like they know that Lux is coming around from behind. Lux looking to pick up a kill here. She is level 6. Don't know that she's going to be able to do any damage. And she's actually going to get caught under the tower. No creep to protect her. Taric forced to stun just to prevent Lux from taking that little bit of extra damage. Now it looks like Karthus is looking to do the counter gank here.
this bot lane.
Yeah, and I knew it was going to be a war zone down here. Karthus actually backing off now.
Meanwhile, Malik is just trying to push mid in as fast as he can.
Yeah, and looks like Karthus is still looking to make a play here, trying to get that wall down, maybe slow the Taric, as the Ezreal is going to be able to just arcane shift away from any sort of harassment. And Karthus finally decides to just back off. His mid tower is taking too much damage, losing a bit too much CS.
Here comes Nocturne, Paranoia activated.
And the Karthus ult. Ton of damage going down. Taric has to. Lux is going to get picked up
Vi
here.
showing up.
Yeah. Vi turns it around, forced to retreat. Nunu gets picked up.
Beautiful Vile.
Misfortune gets picked up, and now Nocturne's in a lot of trouble. That Taric stun forces the flash. Are they going to tower dive for it? Taric taking a couple hits. They're just going to back off. Not worth it for the dive there this early.
3-2, 8.5 minutes in. We're only looking at 500 gold difference. So it's still anybody's ball game here.
It really comes down to that first blood still is the only gold difference. Going on the out. Oh. Last second. Alright. Looks like Malphite's going to catch York here, trying to steal that blue. The ult goes down, kills him instantly. Free blue, free kill. Malphite again, starting to snowball that top lane.
And Malphite is gonna get big this game. Looks like he's going for an early. Oh, why am I drawing a blank on the mask? Haunting guys.
Yeah, haunting
there
guys,
we go.
yeah. And I like that decision. He does benefit from armor, but he's going to benefit more at this point from the spell pen, from the health. And it's going to let him kind of just do that extra bit of damage while still being tanky. Karthus forced to back as he does take a Lux Laser straight to the face. Now he's going to go ahead and turn around and try to get a little bit more farm in. They do need to be a little careful as Vi is 2-0 at this point. Nocturne hasn't really been able to affect the game other than to steal some of Karthus' farm there. I believe the jungle tax has been imposed. But he's going to need to get some kills or at least an assist to start to counter this Vi, who's really been taking control of this game for Babs. A decent... wow. Ultimate from Misfortune doing some damage to Ezreal there, but he's able to back out of it. So right now things are dead even with the 2-kill advantage. The gold is exactly identical, and that's probably not what's going through Motion Gaming's head right now. Is when you're looking at the score, you see you're down 2 kills, you're not necessarily thinking, you know, dead even, and it's sometimes it's hard to judge that. Still there, Sky?
I am still here. I'm sorry. I woke up very early this morning. It's been a long day for me.
Just making sure. I'd hate for you to be on mute and not realize it.
I've been talking this whole time. Just unmuted.
Looks like they're going to go ahead and go for this 10-minute or 11-minute dragon fight here. Lux looking to contest it. Ezreal as well. Don't know. Nope. Not able to get any ults down on that. And they're just going to go ahead and walk away, take that for free. Malphite looks like he wants this York, though. York not with a ton of mana and forced out of lane. Malphite going to go ahead and keep farming. We see the Ezreal maintaining that CS lead over the Misfortune. 20 CS up right now. That strategy for pushing out top and the returning to bot hasn't seemed to really pan out as they return to a lane that was a bit stronger than they were.
No, and now Malphite's looking at about 20 CS on York, so...
Yeah, and he turned that around. York really not doing that well against Malphite at this top lane. He's completely out of mana at this point. He does have a tier, so he'll be able to regen some of that. He's playing more for the mid game here, and he just needs to hold on until he can get a few more stacks on there and finish his mana mune.
Nocturne is coming up to lend some relief.
Yeah, he's just there to cover the lane. I don't think that York's going to be able to provide any sort of assistance in a gank there. We see pings going down bot as the stun goes down on Nunu. Vi is going to be here though, and it looks like Nunu is going to ult. Vi is going to jump out of it. Not picked up top. Karthus teleports in though, going to turn around this gank. MF does fall, and the flash, but everyone's barely going to be able to escape back. York teleports in now, though. Karthus all goes down. Just too much damage. York now able to pick up this Ezreal. I'm sure of it.
Oh, Ezreal not being
Yeah.
able to get away. Malphite's going to push top. All the while, he managed to get knocked before that huge battle bot lane broke out. Got himself a red buff.
Looks like York's just going to go ahead and try to push out bot as fast as he can, try to do a little bit of damage to that tower in response to that top tower being taken out. And the gold advantage after that fight is going to finally start pulling ahead for Babs. Still only about 500 gold, but considering they're down a dragon, that's actually not that bad.
Now, being down a dragon and being up by 500 gold, that's pretty good.
Yeah. But we still see, you know, it is closer than it should be. With being up 8-4, I wonder if Babs thinks they're a little bit further ahead than they are. We see Vi trying to take out this Yorick. It's rare to see a top lane versus a jungle this early with this even of a fight. Is normally the top lane should be a bit further ahead.
Tarek's Sun coming in, and the Lux porting
Yeah,
down
the Lux
just to secure.
teleport was just too much.
A
Not
little
able to
overkill.
answer that, yeah. But looks like they want to try to get another tower here in response. Try to even thing or try to pull ahead as right now they're only even on towers. Ezreal looks like he's gonna go ahead and ult towards mid, trying to clear that creep wave as fast as he can. Now they're gonna be forced to tank to tower if they want to finish it off. It looks like they're okay with that. Meanwhile,
Good
Misfortune.
timing on the blue buff. Right as
Yeah.
it spawns, they're there to pick it up.
Yeah, Misfortune's gonna go ahead and get picked up by that Malphite, no problem. AD carry versus the armor of Malphite, not necessarily ideal this early in the game, especially before the Black Cleaver, which she finally finished, but not able to help her out in that fight there. It's just a little bit too much.
And Sneaky Fellow providing the best Malphite we've seen this tournament so far.
Yeah, those early picks of Malphite in some of those early games didn't really work out, but he's showing that Malphite is still a champion to be reckoned with when played properly.
That
And
5 and 8 ranked Malphite stat, a little deceptive there.
And even losing early on, he was pretty much forced out of lane at the very start.
And still
Yes.
managed to get first blood.
Still picked up the first blood, very ballsy, just flashed in for it, took that gold. Still got killed off, but was able to translate that into the mid game here, where he's very dominant. It's his only death this game. Ezreal up about 40 CS over Misfortune at this point, so I really don't think that lane swap paid off for them.
Definitely not, with Misfortune being 1 and 4. Rushed an early Black Cleaver.
Yeah, I think she's looking for the bullet time to kind of stack with her team.
Oh, it's going down here. There goes the absolute zero from Ramrod. It's a Vi going deep on Misfortune.
Yeah,
it's
knocked her
peeled
shields
off.
just in time to clean her
Lux
up.
looking to snare anyone.
Yeah, Malphite now looking to pick up the
Beautiful
Misfortune.
Ezreal.
Yeah, able to get that, but now,
Yorick and Nocturne chasing down that mouth.
yeah, this Ezreal's looking to clean up. Lux, her ult is about 3/4 of the way up, so if they can keep this fight going without losing anyone else, she might be able to pick up a double. Looks like she's trying to do as much poke as she can. Tarek's stun goes down, going to get as much damage on that Nunu as possible. Ignite, not able to pick it up. As the Lux ult
one
comes up,
tick away.
he's going to stand on the ward.
Oh, nice Lux ult. Beautiful
That's what I was
work,
saying.
Dark Warrior.
Right over the ward. And I was expecting to see some wards deep in their jungle and able to pick those up. That was a great play. Up about 2k gold now. And Motion Gaming's in a lot of trouble if they keep up this momentum. Misfortune just not putting in the work that she needs to. I think this might be a result of not having that Zyra to carry the AD.
Ban on that Zyra.
Yeah,
Changed
ban.
everything.
it really shook up the dynamic here for Motion Gaming. It's definitely not over yet, though. As we see Karthus, it looks like they're setting up to do Dragon here. Putting some wards in the enemy jungle, but they're standing on an enemy ward of their own. This could be a bit of a misstep here, as they know that Karthus is in that bush. Looks like Yorick's in a lot of trouble as he gets caught, dodges the snare, forces the whole enemy team to walk through there, and that bullet time hits everyone. And all those stacks of and that's what I was talking about with the Black Cleaver. That bullet time and the Black Cleaver go together very well, able to shred the armor of the enemy team. Unfortunately, the only person that really helps is Nocturne, who's going to get caught here. Ultimate goes down, no spell shield, picked up almost instantly as the Ezreal does a ton of damage. Vi trying to finish something off, forced to flash Nunu ult, and that Karthus ult's going to do a ton of damage here. The double kill picked up. Oh, Lux escapes with just a sliver of health, trying to see if she can help out at all, forced to run away. And this game has been great. That's going to be a huge turnaround for Motion Gaming. Sets them up for the Dragon. Lux ult is up. There is potential here. As Malphite comes around, he's going to try to do as much as he can. I'm expecting the Lux ult here in any second. Try to hit both of them. Nope, just gonna let him walk away, and no one's able to get Dragon in that huge rumble.
That was a sick fight for Motion Gaming there. Still down by 2k gold, but
Yeah, I didn't realize that the Malphite was still chasing people down as the Lux was escaping. It was a big deal. They got caught. Malphite was able to blow that Nocturne up immediately, and really a little bit overextended though. He didn't die, but he ended up getting a lot of his team caught, I feel. Looks like Babs has a pink ward down on Dragon as Nocturne's going to go ahead and start it. They are going to be able to clear that, but I don't know if they're going to have the damage to be able to take it out before Vi shows up and steals it. Now it looks like we're going to see a repeat of that last fight. Wall of Pain goes down, Vi getting caught, Terra getting caught. Vi jumps over to the wall to escape, but now Dragon's gone, and looks like Motion Gaming's going to try to just walk away here.
that red buff on Ezreal put in work.
Yeah, and
That's
it
a
looks
good
like they're
York.
they're gonna trade that York for the Dragon there. Not terrible. Unfortunately, it looks like they're also gonna lose their blue, and maybe this bottom tower, depending on what Babs decides to do here in the next few seconds. Still looking at a 2k gold advantage, even with picking up the Dragon. Team BannersBabes is looking pretty dominant here. Even though they're losing objectives, they're winning in the farm and they're winning in the kills. 17-9. It's a little deceptive. You would think they would be further ahead, but those Dragon kills are keeping Motion Gaming just barely in the game. Bro, I'm gonna need you to get hyper.
Bro, that is hard to do at this point. I'm out of Mountain Dew. The pizza's set in.
No.
I'm lethargic. I'm trying to fight it. I apologize, everybody. Not as hype as I need to be.
Just stick your head in the freezer or something.
Oh, is
Alright.
that the trick?
I don't know that works.
Is that what you've done?
It'll
You got freezer head going on?
I don't know that it'll help. It might make you more lethargic. I don't know how Troll Brain works. I just live it. Alright, well. Yeah, still just sort of maintaining here. Nocturne trying to get as much farm as he can. He's ahead in CS, but you know, there's all jungle creep are not created equal.
Yeah, the farm difference is still pretty huge here. I mean, you got 50 CS on Ezreal, nearly double the CS compared to Malphite and Yorick.
Yeah, Ezreal right now is the king of this game. He's up at about 8,600 gold. He's got 1,000 gold lead on MF at this point. It's like
Ezreal on Misfortune, no follow-up for it though.
yeah, able to arcane shift out of there. Looks like they're just going to try to poke this tower down. Snare just barely missing the Nunu, and Malphite's looking to follow up on anything he can. He's ready to tower
I
dive.
like that pink ward by Team Babs, not allowing them to have vision there for Lux. Just
Looks like
skill
they're gonna
shots
go ahead.
from the dark.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to go ahead and... yeah, that's a great pink ward. I'm going to have to steal that. Yep, able to pick up that tower with no problem. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and rotate top and take advantage of that creep wave. Try to get another team objective there and get that tower down. Just Vi and Car. Oh, no, it looks like going to be all four defending it right now as Nocturne's just chilling in base. Oh, that Lux ult as Malphite comes around the back and misses his ultimate.
Oh, that absolute Nero from the bush.
Yeah, but Ezreal picks it up almost instantly. Misfortune during a ton of work, but just doesn't have the health to maintain. Yeah, and the Karthus ult, kaboom. Nocturne, though, not able to seal the deal on that Lux.
Ezreal picking up the Quadra.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna have to bust out the theme song there.
Unfortunately, we see a surrender instead, as Ezreal just put in too much work that game, 9-2.
I think I said absolute Nero, which it's close to a new note, and it's close